Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can tell by the title, today's video is going to be a haul video. It is a little bit different of a haul for me though, in kind of like a weird sense, sorry. This is the third time today that I have tried to film this video. It has just been like one disaster after another. Like the first time I tried to film this, one of the boxes in the bag, I guess at some point while I was at Sephora, got like lipstick on it, like dark red lipstick on it. Like you guys can see the color like kind of all over this. I wonder if I could find the box that was like the biggest culprit. Oh, sorry, I like threw the box on the ground. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can like see kind of like in the crease of the box, but there was just like lipstick on all the boxes and I didn't buy a lipstick, so I don't really know where exactly it came from, but like I would pick up the products and it would just get like all over my hands. So that was the first thing that went wrong. So I had to go and like wash my hands and deal with that. And then the next thing that happened, sorry, I'm just like noticing here, I filmed a lot of videos today and it is now like 10 o'clock at night because the next thing that happened, Tom got home, so like I ran to go say hi to him and like, you know, whatever, and we were going to have dinner at my parents' house tonight. And so then I sat down to like start filming again. I'd started swatching some stuff and then the battery in my camera died. So I had to charge the battery and wait until now to film it again. And like in earlier videos I filmed, I mentioned I went tanning today and now my burn is like really showing up. So like my chest area is really, really red. I do kind of apologize for that. So yeah, so today was my day off work. And I kind of was like, I went tanning and then I was like, oh, you know what? Like I haven't been to the mall in a while. I was kind of on like a limited no buy. It wasn't necessarily like an intentional no buy, if I'm completely honest. I just hadn't bought makeup in a while. And I mean, a while for me is probably like no time for anybody else. But for me, it was like a significant amount of time. And there have been some things that have been like in my cart on my Sephora app, on my phone for a while, which I actually meant to grab and show you. So I can actually show you guys stuff on my phone today because as I mentioned earlier, I'm actually trying to film using like my regular digital camera just to see if the footage is any better at all, until I can like spend the money to get an actual proper filming camera. And just based off what I can see kind of like in the viewfinder, it looks like it's better quality. So I don't really know. We're gonna have to see what happens when I try and edit and upload. So like I said, I had like my cart from Sephora and I had 4 items in it. Now there was more stuff in it, but I kind of like pulled it out gradually. So the 4 things that I really, really wanted, the first thing was the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. So it is one of her like 15 shadow palettes, but the palette or the like pan sizes are a little bit smaller than a normal 15 palette shadow from her. So it's only, I say only, it's only an $86 palette, whereas her other 15 pan ones are like 163 or something like that. And like her minis are still, I think, like 40 bucks or something like this. So for me, I was like, oh, this is a great deal because the pan size is in between the two. You know, I thought it was a really, really good palette option for somebody that is like itching to dye a Natasha Denona shadow, but doesn't want to put out the big bucks for a big one. So that was the first thing I went for. They don't carry it at my Sephora, so I couldn't get it there. If I want it, I'm gonna have to get it online. And I'm always a little hesitant with buying palettes online because I'm like, well, what if I don't really like the colors in person? I'm only judging off what I've seen on YouTube videos and on pictures on my phone. So that was the first thing. The second thing that I wanted was, well, I'll just tell you the second and third because they're both here. They were a couple of Huda Beauty products. So one was her Easy Bake loose baking setting powder. I wanted it in pound cake, and they just didn't have my shade available. They had a lot of darker shades and then a couple of lighter ones that just wouldn't have worked for me. So I wasn't able to get that. And I also wanted the Matte and Metal double-ended eyeshadow in the like yellow color. And I've been trying to get that for like 5 or 6 months. And every time I go to my store, they never have it. And then every time I place an order online, I always forget about it. So they had none of these products when I went today. But the fourth product I wanted, I was able to get. It was actually the first thing I saw when I walked in the store because they had like the display of all of the new fun summer stuff. And that is the Dominique Cosmetics Rustic Glam palette. I only ever even like discovered Dominique Cosmetics this year, I'm pretty sure. I follow her on Instagram and I love her so, so, so much. And this palette, like, I'm so excited by it. Like, some palettes you'd look at and you're just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Like, you're not really excited to play with. But, like, I'm so excited to play with this. It is such a, like, fun, colorful palette. But at the same time, like, it's not so over-the-top colorful that, like, you couldn't put together, in theory, like, a cohesive neutral look. Like, you've got, like, these 5 shades here. This green is a pretty mellow green. You've got like this, like almost like golden green kind of a color. I don't really know how to describe it. Like there are some fun pops of color too, like this blue here, the blue, the pink, the purple. And this is like a black and blue kind of a shift to it. I'm just so excited to have this. Like it just screams summer. And I think that this is like a really fun palette to probably travel with, because for me, I really like doing like the neutral looks with like a pop of color. Like I like to have that available. And this would keep me from having to buy like a ton of palettes, if you know what I mean. Now every time I filmed this before, I haven't swatched this palette. And I don't know why, because I planned on swatching not everything in full, because that would just take too long. But I'm going to swatch a couple of the colors. So I'm going to pick a matte one. And then like one of these ones that has like the glitter in it. And then a shimmery one. So let's do... I'm really curious as to what this bright blue looks like. So we'll do Evil Eye. Oh my goodness. Let's do Gypsy, which is the purple. And I like this other blue too, which is Dreamcatcher. So these are the 3 colors that I just happened to pick out and swatch. So I'm just going to show you guys what they all look like. Oh my goodness. So pigmented, so creamy. So, so, so nice. I love her shadow formula. It is fantastic. It blends so, so well. Like as crazy pigmented as these are, like they do blend out really, really nicely on the eyes, and they last for such a long time as well. And like I took my latte palette to the Dominican with me, and you know, it's quite a bit hotter there, and like none of it like melted off or had any problem. So excited to have this. And because I actually have the receipt next to me for what I did today, which I'll explain in about 2 seconds, I can tell you that this palette was $58, which is actually not that bad for a palette, especially when you compare it to some other ones. Okay, now this is like the kind of funnier part of the video. So like I said, I went to Sephora with the idea of getting these 4 products, right? The 2 palettes, the like setting powder, and 1 double-ended eyeshadow. That's what I went for. Then I started wandering the aisles through every section, like every brand, every end of the aisle. Like if you go to Sephora a lot, you'll know like they have the section that has all of like, oh, these are all the best setting powders and the best primers and the best sprays and the best skincare and this and this and this. Like even the brands that don't have full sections to themselves have like those kind of small areas. I went everywhere, like every single section. I hope you guys can see this. Like I hope my camera will focus enough on this. This is what I walked out doing. Okay, I have a serious problem. So I went in for 4 things. Of the 4 things, I got 1 thing. Should have cost me $58. My total was $697. That's ridiculous. So now I'm going to show you, like, let's subtract the money I spent. Let's say $640, okay? Here's a haul of $640 of impulse buys when you shouldn't be allowed to shop alone. All I'm saying. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the second thing that I saw in the store other than that palette, which is the Jouer Tan Lines palette. It again was in a section of like summer makeup releases. And I had seen this palette once before, and the colors just like screamed at me, and I was like, ooh, I really want that. And I'll show you what I mean. So first things first, like this packaging is freaking adorable. Like I love this like ombre, like primary pastel-y colors kind of thing. Are you ready? So it's a matte shimmer and luxe foil eyeshadow palette. Are you ready for this? If you guys haven't seen this, look at it. Oh my God. It just makes me so, so happy. Like I would have bought this palette just for those 4 colors, like those 4 colors alone. Now, what I do really like is that even though you have these 4 crazy bright colors, you also have like all of these super mellow colors, but they're not your standard neutral colors. Like you've got this like beautiful foil. These foiled shadows are crazy. I've never seen anything like that. But then you've got like your nice brown and like, you know, like a kind of shimmery, champagne-y sort of tone. You've got your like peachy, your pinky. I'm obsessed with this. Again, I'm just going to pick a couple colors and swatch them. And you know I got to swatch from this end. So I'm actually going to swatch these 4 because these are the ones that I'm like most amped on and that are most unique to this palette. So Tide Pool, oh my goodness, Vitamin C, Limelight, and Sunburst. Look at this. I'm hoping I'm like have the most Mickey Mouse camera set up, so I'm just trying to make sure you guys can actually see. So, oh my goodness. Do you see this? So freaking pretty. They feel so like nice and buttery and smooth and super pigmented. I'm so excited to play with it. I'm really excited to do like a bunch of just really colorful, fun looks this summer for you guys. And this palette is going to be perfect for that. So this one will set you back $43 and there's 9 shades in here. Put that there. Let's talk about the last palette that I got. This was another like, they're all impulses. I don't know why I'm like, oh, it's another impulse buy. They all were. So this is the Violet Voss Fruit Sorbet fun-sized eyeshadow palette. I have one other palette of theirs. It is the Flamingo palette. You guys would have seen that last summer. I put out a fun look using that one. If I'm completely honest, the main thing that drew me towards this was just one color. Look at that green. Oh my goodness. It is so fun, like so rainbow colors. And you know, I actually probably do have a fair amount of palettes that have these colors in them, but what I really liked about it was that it was so tiny and was just perfect for traveling, especially because, like I said, I like to do those looks that have a little pop of color in them, but I don't want to be bringing like 5 or 6 different big palettes or a bunch of single shadows just to get those pops. So like I could bring a super neutral palette and then also just pack this, throw this in my makeup bag, and it would have everything I needed for fun looks. So like the other ones, we're only going to swatch 3 colors. I'm going to swatch the same 3 from earlier, and it was kind of funny because like I was like, oh, I have to swatch this green for you. I'm going to show you this orange and this white shimmer. These also feel like butter, by the way. And then I realized I swatched the 3 colors of the Irish flag, which is hilarious. So these are the colors right here, and I'm just going to put them right here. Ready? White. This one, though. Oh my goodness, that green. And then that orange is a matte one. So super pretty. I think this one kind of like, it swatched way better earlier. I think the reason it swatched kind of funny right now is because I just like wiped my arm down. So let's just put it here where I haven't put anything. Yeah, that's so much better. So much better. So again, super buttery, super creamy. I've played with Violet Voss shadows before and I love them. So if this is anything like that, I will have no problems. And this was, if I could find it on the receipt. Huh. $24. Found it. Alrighty, so the next thing we're going to talk about is, just because it happens to be in my lap at this exact moment, is the biggest splurge that I had today, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, it's pretty close. It's like pretty close to the other one, but it's the Charlotte Tilbury Wonderglow Instant Soft Focus Beauty Flash. So this is powered by a fluorescent core that converts UV light into skin luminosity for an instant soft focus spotlight effect. Can be used under, over, or instead of foundation. And I have a Charlotte Tilbury foundation. I have her Hollywood like Flawless Filter foundation, and it is freaking amazing. So I'm just gonna like put a drop of this here for you guys. So this was $69, so we'll set you back a pretty penny, but I think it's kind of worth it. I don't know. For me, it's like a mixture between like a strobing cream and like a Cover FX blurring primer sort of a thing. I don't know. I just really, really like the effect that it gives. I'm really excited to try this underneath some foundations, especially in place of like mixing some of my normal foundations with like dewdrops or Cover FX drops or stuff like that that I use to get that sparkle, it will be nice to use that under the foundation to get that sparkle in and of itself. So since I just mentioned it, let's talk about the other thing that cost me a little bit. And this is, I don't know why. Some of these products are not new. Like, other people have had these products for so freaking long, just not me. I finally got one of the Hourglass Ambient lighting powders. I chose the shade Dim Light. I think I was watching a video by Tati and she was talking about how this is like her favorite Hourglass product, and I'm so excited for this. So it just like, she kind of just said like, oh, if you use this kind of like all over your face, it gives like this beautiful, beautiful like blurring effect again, and like this like beautiful, I'm hoping you guys can kind of see where I put this. Let me put it somewhere better. I'm gonna take some more of it and I'm gonna put it right here on the edge of my hand. Do you guys see how it like, it has some like reflect in it? So it kind of does this blurring thing and this brightening thing all at the same time. And she kind of recommended that like, if you are like somewhere out and your makeup's starting to get a little bit, you know, put something on, like retouch up your powder and then put this on over top. It just kind of set it and it'll just blend evenly and smoothly and flawlessly into your skin. I am so, so, so excited to have this. It was expensive. It was $64, which is not cheap, but you know, I'm not going to have, I'm not going to buy stuff like that all the time. So for me, for the one time I did it, it's okay. Next thing I'm going to talk about, this was like one of those like you're walking to the checkout buys. That is the Natasha Denona Diamond and Glow mini duo. So there is a blush in here and a highlighting powder. So the blush is called Duo Glow and the highlighter is called Diamond Powder, and this is what this looks like. Do you guys see that? Almost looks like somebody stuck their finger in here. Probably not though. This is what these look like. I love Natasha Denona blushes, like the Duo Glow blushes. I just think that they're so beautiful, and I'm a big fan of a shimmery blush personally. Oh, and that is just like pure sparkle. It actually reminds me, I did also swatch the like Fenty Diamond powder because she talked about that. I didn't end up getting it because it was just too sparkly for me. This actually does remind me quite a bit of that, but like I mainly got it for this blush because hello, that is beautiful. So, so excited. And like I said, this is a mini size. I'll show you what the full ones look like just because I happen to have some. This is what the full Duo Glow looks like. And this is the little mini, like it's not even as big as the pan, and there's two things in here. So this was, I can never find things. I should be more like on my game. $25.50, which is still a lot of money, but it was cute. I couldn't help it. Next thing we're going to talk about, and I am like probably the most ant person in the world to be able to have this. So as you guys know, I have been pretty sure for the past 12 years that I was allergic to chocolate, and I just found out recently I'm actually not, which means that I am also able to use the Too Faced chocolate, the chocolate bar eyeshadows, the chocolate Soleil bronzers, all of that kind of thing. So this is the Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Guys, it's so pretty. It's just a really light bronzer color. I picked this, oh, it smells so good. I picked this one over one of the darker ones just because I can always build up, but I can't build down. And like, I don't know, it's just the most beautiful, like warm brown. Oh, and it smells so good. It smells so freaking good. It just, for me, for how light and like fair I am, like, and my arm has a tan on it, I just thought it was the perfect shade for me. And it smells so good. Oh my God. I am so excited to have this. Like, I know all of you guys are like, Sam, that's been out for years and years and years. But for me, very new, very exciting. So this was $40. Alright, what's next? Is everything at, oh no, one more thing's in my lap. So this was another thing that was kind of like an oldie but a goodie, and I'll just sort of show you both of them because they kind of go hand in hand. They were right next to each other when I got them. So one is the NARS Orgasm Liquid Blush. I'm not normally a big fan of liquid blushes, if I'm completely honest, but this one, what the frig? Maybe I wasn't supposed to do that. I wasn't supposed to do that. Okay, it has a pump. I just like, assumed that this whole thing screwed off, kind of like, why is it that they only have one foundation that doesn't have a pump, and that was the one I picked? I assumed it was like that, and I was like, oh. And then all of a sudden there's like a tube with like no doe foot or anything, and I'm like, did I get a broken one? No, I didn't, but I'm still gonna put it on this way just so I can get a little drop. So it is very, very pink in their, you know, most famous shade. It's an Orgasm, and it's very, very pigmented, but it blends out just stunningly, like so pretty. And for me, I've always been scared of liquid and cream blushes because I think that they're too intense, but at the same time, because I like a dewy kind of finish on my skin, I don't like to look super powdery. I think that this almost might be the best way for me to start heading in that direction, because it just eliminates another powder product from my face, if you know what I mean. And that was $38. And in line with that, I also got the highlighter, the Orgasm highlighter. Now this is really cool. I actually broke the display model at the store because I thought like this whole piece popped off. And then like I couldn't figure out, like, because it's like a dropper system, I was like, well, how do you actually use the dropper? Like, I don't understand. So you like unscrew, so as you screw the lid, the top pops up, right? And then you keep going, and then this is how you like get product. I'm not even in frame, I'm so sorry. So you just like push down, and that's how you operate the dropper. So I'm gonna put a little bit right there. And then as you screw it in, like the more you screw it, once it's in and then you screw it again, oh, there we go. It shuts itself. So that's it right there. It's really pretty. It's just like this beautiful, beautiful like pinky sort of color. I'm really, really excited to use those two in like cohesion with each other. I just think that they would look beautiful together. That one is $38 as well. Sweet. Moving right along, I did pick up a couple of eyeliners. So the first one I got is the Fenty Beauty Fly Liner. This is in 'Cause I'm Black. And I'm really into this liner. Like, it's got a really, really fine tip, which I like, but it's not like, it's like the perfect flexibility, because when they're too flexible, it's very, very hard to get a straight line because the tip's moving all over the place. But if they're too stiff of a tip, then it gets stuck, right? Like as you're going, you don't get like a fluid line. It kind of gets stuck part way. So I'll just show you like how fluid this is. Look at that, like barely touched my hand, and it is just beautiful. You get a beautiful thin line. I'm really excited about this. I love felt liners. So if this is another one that I could maybe get a use out of, I'm super, super excited. I have a really hard time finding ones with tips that I like because I'm so particular about how I like them. But this one is freaking awesome, and it is $26.50. You guys will also know that I have been super, super into Urban Decay 24/7. What are these? Glide-On eye pencils, and they came out with like 4 new ones that are shimmery. And I did want one that was like in this like rose gold kind of color, but they were sold out. But they did have this blue one in the shade Roxy, and I got a little worried that it was kind of similar to my Chaos one, but like now sitting here, like they're super different. And actually even on, I'll just show you. This is Chaos, which is really, really pretty. And then I'll put Roxy on right underneath it. Right there. So they're both very different tones of blue, and obviously the Roxy one has a lot more shimmer to it. It is like pure glittery fun. I am obsessed with these. They're my favorite way to add a pop of color to any look. I would have bought all 4 of them if I really had thought about it, but I was trying to behave myself, and then that all fell apart later in the store. A couple more just like small purchases that I made. So I have seen everybody and their best friend trying these Farsali like drops, skincare drops, and they had a ton of them. I didn't know which one I wanted. But then lucky for me, they did have a few in like mini sizes. And so I was like, okay, maybe that's the best way for me to try them out, because then I'm not committed to a giant one if I don't like it. So I picked the ones in Unicorn Essence. So it says Skin Enhancing Antioxidant Serum. Could be a primer or apply to clean face before moisturizer. Okay. And these ones are like this like really cool pinky kind of color. Do you guys see this? Oh, saved the product. Do you guys see that? So cool, so fluid. And again, it just kind of gives like this really pretty, like glowy, clean, smells pretty good too, clean kind of canvas to work with. And it's got like the little dropper thingy. So the mini one, I don't remember how much the full size one was, but I can tell you that this one was $29.50. I assume the full size one was like 40 something or 50, or I don't really know. But that's there. And I also picked up the Cover FX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. I love Dewy Finish Setting Sprays. I don't have very many. And I also like having these little ones because they're easier to travel with. I never tried it. I just assumed it was probably good because they were like, I don't know, it might be a mistake. I like it too. Sounds like I'm shaking like spray paint or something like that because I'm like a child. So this is 30 millimeters. I can't really show you what it looks like because it is just a setting spray. So all I can really tell you is it was $20. Alrighty, so I have 4 more things to show you, but they're all from the same brand. So I'll kind of just grab it all together. Oh, something fell. That's okay. Hold on, give me 1 second. Alrighty, so the last things that I got are all from the brand Kaja, I think is how you pronounce it. Don't hold me to that. It's like a very small section at the store. So they have these, and I've seen people use these all the time. These are these like blushes. I can't remember what they're called. Give me a minute. Cheeky Stamp Blendable Brush. So it comes with like this like heart sponge foam thing on the top, and then you like open the bottom. And it's remove film before using. Okay. Sweet. There we go. It's like this sponge that's filled with the product. And then you just take like the little thing, and it's kind of spring loaded. Do you guys see this? And you tap it in here, pick up, it's like painting. And then you kind of just like put it on. Right? Shut that. This sits in the top, so it's probably going to get super messy up in this business. Oh, it's actually not bad because like it's made so that the heart never actually touches. And you screw it on so that it keeps it like fresh and good. And then you take that and you blend it out. So they had 4. I picked the shade Koi, which is number 1. I don't know if that makes a difference. But it just... Some of them were too pinky or orangey, and then the other one I could barely see. This one seemed to be the only one. And like I said, I think like cream blushes may be an idea for me because I do like that kind of a look on my face. And the other thing, oh, that was $32. And the last thing, each of them were $28. And those are these... Bento Bouncy Shimmer Eyeshadow Trio. So I got 3. There was a 4th one, but I decided I didn't like it that much. So these are the 3 that I got, and I just think that they're really cute. They're like pre-stacked little eyeshadow sets, and they are like in the prettiest colors. So the first one is in 01 Rosewater. So that's the name of the trio, and then the shade names are actually like on the box, which is why I kind of kept the box so I could show you guys. So... like, oh, you guys, these are so pretty. These I'm going to swatch. Like, look at this. Ah, so freaking pretty. So this is in Champagne Cream. Oh my God. Guys, look at these. How pretty. This is Ballerina Pink. Come on. Actually, I'm going to put that back. And the last one is, oopsies, that fell. Deep Plum. So this particular one, they were all like shimmery shades. Do you guys see that? Just like that. So I think that the whole point of these is that the colors kind of go with each other. They kind of give you like a light color for like a wash, and then like 2 crease colors to kind of build. I really, really like that. So the second one that I got is 02, and that is Orange Blossom. Looks like this one. All right, so I'm just gonna wipe this stuff off my hand. My hands are starting to stain from all the makeup. So, like, oh my gosh, these are so freaking pretty. This one is Sandy Peach. Sorry, I guess after like 30 minutes, my camera shuts itself off. So like I was saying, I just swatched Sandy Peach. This next one is Sun-Kissed Tan. These are like pure shimmery goodness. And then the last color in this is Baked Cinnamon, if I can get it open without it going everywhere. There we go. Show you guys that right there. Okay. So these are the 3 colors. Please focus, camera. Okay, I'm gonna put these 1, 2, 3. Can you see those? So freaking pretty. And then the last one is in Toasted Caramel. Put those both in there. Like that. And it looks like this. Alrighty, so the first shade, I forgot how pretty these are, is Gold Dust. Oh, that is gold. Oh my gosh. I mean, normally I show you guys just at the end, but like, how pretty is that? Do you see that? Okay. Next shade is Sunny Amber. Pretty, pretty, pretty. It's like a bronzy kind of color. And the bottom one is in Gilded Chocolate. So those are the 3. 1, 2, 3. So pretty. These are really cool. Like I said, there was a 4th one that I ended up not getting because I just wasn't like as jazzed by it, but it was also still really pretty. So that is everything that I got today. Do I have buyer's remorse? Of course I do. Does that mean anything? No, it doesn't. So let me know like where your guys' weaknesses are. Like, what of this have you tried? What haven't you tried? Is it worth it that I impulsed on it? Let me know what like your weakness is. Like if you were to walk in somewhere, would it be lipsticks? Would it be eyeshadows, palette? Let me know down below what your guys' impulse weaknesses are when you are like standing somewhere and they have like last minute splurge items. Let me know. So if you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.